Ooh. Now, aloha and welcome, spiritual seekers from all over the world. We're broadcasting from Hawaii, known to the spiritual seekers as the mountaintops of ancient Lemuria. Today is Wednesday, March 23rd, 2016. Our topic for discussion is the sixth sense, or extra-dimensional perception. This program is a free healing opportunity for spiritual seekers like you and me. It is brought to you by the passion of Kahu Fred Sterling, the founder of Signature Cell Healing and the Honolulu Church of Light. He is a master long distance healer and a master teacher of Signature Cell Healing. He, like us, came to participate in this great shift in consciousness to age the soul. Kahu Fred Sterling is also the exclusive medium for Master Guide Kiriel, a guardian for developing society from the seventh dimension. Kahu and Master Kiriel have a very long history of working together in educating and awakening humanity to the shifting consciousness through healing. We, as spiritual seekers, in truth, are looking to age our soul through healing. This program is to encourage you to keep on seeking your spiritual core essence. I am Patty Athena, co-host for today's discussion, the sixth sense, or extra-dimensional perception. Aloha, and welcome, Kahu Fred Sterling.
Thank you. God bless you.
Thank you.
Really quite well now, don't you?
Well, I'm evolving.
You're evolving. All right.
I'm always evolving.
You going to read this thing this morning?
Okay. All right. So today is your hour, and you're gonna, let's see. And you said in the article that about six senses. What likely happens is that you actually go into something called EDP, or extra dimensional perception. The sixth sense. For those who have been doing this for a long, long time, you have a chance to discover the reality of this concept and use it to broaden your horizon. Just the thought of entering into the sixth sense can send shivers up and down your spine. Why do you suppose that is? What if those chills signal your knowing on the higher level where you were and what you accomplished in that state of consciousness? So, Master Kirill says, when I ask him the question, what is a sixth sensory perception? And he said, sixth sensory perception. Okay. And he said, it depends on your level of awareness. Interesting, huh?
Yeah, I think that's fascinating because almost everything we're going to do, it comes down to this, what's your level of awareness?
Yeah.
Like I discovered something today, shame on me, but I discovered today by putting in the calculator how I've been doing this thing with Master Kirill.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And it comes out to be 30 years.
30 years.
30 years.
Being the exclusive medium for Master Guide Kirill.
That's right. Now, what I'm talking about is by perception. I've often said, it's going up close to 30 years. It's actually on the 30-year mark right now. And it amazes me because, well, that's a long time.
Well, I want to thank you for that because I wouldn't be where I am today, if it wasn't for you and Master Kirill. I always say, trying to make sense of my journey here on earth as a goddess light, and if you are learning to understand the goddess light, hey, it's a heavy, to me at least, heavy journey.
Heavy load to bear.
Yeah, heavy load, yeah.
That's right.
And so
But it doesn't have to be.
It doesn't have to be.
Because if you really recognize what you did through this whole process, Master Kirill started you on this, putting the goddess groups together, And you weren't taking any responsibility, but you were really the fulfilling factor for them to come together.
Well, yeah. And also what I learned from that is the collective energy that is more powerful than one, you know.
That's
And then also we brought together, I think, 6 goddesses to to do certain things here on earth. And the power
And what
of
was the thing
7,
you came here to do?
what to
Unhook?
on the for my first journey as a goddess,
Mhm.
and the silver wings came together to remove the hooks.
And what are the
Yes,
hooks?
the hooks that planted the third dimension
That's right.
was there planted that hook, yeah, planted the third dimensional consciousness onto this earth plane.
That's right. Now,
Yeah.
hear what she just said, my friends. And all the goddesses out there, I know some are in Japan right now and other parts of the country, but I can tell you this right now. They never, did some fundraising, but that's most time on your own dime. You got on an airplane, strange country, and didn't know a soul there, and you did this whole journey. And I keep reminding you that I need to be reminded every now and then to thank you for what you've done, because you said Master Kyo has led you to it, and maybe he might have led you to it, but you had to know if you went beyond that stream right there. You have to understand that beyond that stream is you knew before you got into this earth plane that you were going to do this whole thing with Master Kyo in this whole journey.
Yeah, just like when you was 42 years old, you know your whole life was
Oh,
changed, and you didn't hesitate. You just said, okay, it's time to choose another path in life. And I think most people are not like you, because when we feel the urge to change, we try to hold on to the past, you know, and we try to bring, at least for me anyway, and I think a lot of spiritual seekers are in that same position as me. I think that we can, I have to drag the past behind
oh yeah.
and heal the past and all of that. But in essence, I got to a point where I have to make peace with the past, because that was my journey, and I've done it to perfection. And then here I am now, you know.
Well, on top of that, now listen to what I'm going to say here, because this is empowering. We've been married 45, 46 years, whatever it
We've been
is.
together 47 years.
47.
Don't say that.
That's a long time.
Yeah, but we haven't learned the lesson yet.
I guess.
Most people do it with 6 or 7 husbands, but we chose to do it, you know, fulfill our lesson plans with, we chose not with 6 or 7 spouses, but, you know, one. And which is almost the same thing, because we keep changing, right?
That's right. And that's the key to this whole process. You say how grateful you are for Master Kyo to be here. Master Kyo is grateful for you to be here. I can tell you that because he tells me certain things that he doesn't tell everybody about.
Oh.
I can tell you this whole journey that we've done, the EDP thing, it's so phenomenal.
Sixth
sense. The people ask me, is it the 6th century, or is it the 6th sense, or is it the 6th dimension, or is it the 6th da 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 da? I can tell you, whatever your level of perception is what it's going to be to you. I say it's the sixth dimension, right? Because we're all striving to get to the 6th dimension, where Master Jesus is, and Master Buddha, and Lady Kuan Yin, and all the great powers that have come before us.
Yeah.
And who's to say that maybe you're a great power, and you don't want to think about that because you're being human. Understand that. And I'm being human too. But I can tell you this, all the things I've done with Master Kirill, 30 years, my God, 30 years of channeling this beautiful energy. And I can tell you this much, but this brought us up because we're working on the HCOL website, right?
Honolulu Church of Light.
Honolulu Church of Light. And we're working on it all brand new, and it's beautiful. It's exciting. We're doing this whole process, but it's basically just you, myself, and Gail. And a few people come in, but we did this thing. We talked about Master Kirill's private sessions, and I wrote it up, but I won't tell him it was embarrassing. I wrote it up. You had to kick out the first paragraph completely out. Don't go looking for it because I'd be embarrassed. But I was just trying to tell the people what it meant to be a medium, and it's nothing about being channelers being less than or. My friend in Australia right now will remain nameless. This person is wanting to be a medium so bad, she's letting go of her channeling.
Yeah.
And her channeling is a beautiful journey, and maybe she's only supposed to be a channel for right now.
Well, this is okay.
Let me say this because
Okay,
I understand this. Yeah. I don't believe this thing hanging out there. I can tell you this. Last time I talked to this person, was told to me that she totally frustrated because she had become a medium. I can tell you this, Lee Carroll, my friend Lee Carroll, I've said to him on the shows and so on and so forth, but I can tell you this, he is a medium at some points. Other points it's just channeling, but that's not bad. That's the thing.
No.
I don't want everybody to become a medium because it'll mess with your whole life. I walked away from a big job.
I don't know if mess is the word. Maybe it changes your whole perception.
I think it messed my life up, my first part of my life. But understand this thing. That's my perception.
Yeah.
But the stand with Lee Carroll is a full tilt medium at certain points.
At certain points.
That's right.
And
especially Master Kirill's there.
Yeah. So,
and I'm not giving any credit to Master Kirill, but
yeah,
it's so empowering when you see those two battering back and forth. It's, my God, it's mind-blowing.
Well, if you're a spiritual seeker who is seeking to be a medium, and it would be good to tune in to the next program, because now I fully understand what you go through. I mean, people think it's so easy to be a medium. But with you, I'm now understanding you've elevated your soul age through past lives, through past lives on this earth and other realities for you to get here and for you to have a partner like Master Guide Kirill. Now, to me, that is quite a feat,
Yeah, it was 20 or so years ago.
Yeah.
He said that thing about flipping the coin.
Right.
And I tell you this because I don't want to talk anybody any further than this, but he says that we were in the God creator space, and basically it came down to something like a coin flip, which was going to come in the human body or was going to come in the spirit body.
Yeah.
Now that makes me feel like I must be as good as Master Kirill. He tells me I'm better than Master Kirill. Whoa, because you only see the Master Kirill that you want to see, and other people, some people, you have a lot of respect for Master Kirill, right? More than most anybody I know. Gyeogen has the same type of energy, but there's people who think that Master Kirill is just another being on the earth plane. Well, I can tell you he's more than that, but that's okay. If you are one of those people that just think he's just one of the many beings on the earth plane, you're not wrong. You're not wrong at all.
Well, programs like this, Master Kirill told me that it tends you to move from the third to the fourth dimension.
That's right.
Prepares you. Programs like this prepares us to move from the third to the fourth. And because of that, many things will change in our life and we have to prepare. He also said that when you tune into programs like this, especially with Master Guide Kirill, you are in the fourth light. You are in the fourth light.
That's right.
Isn't that cool? Because what he has, his words and his vibration, he has a tendency to plant nothing spooky, plant seeds in one's brain to increase the
Now,
awareness.
explain what you said. It's not spooky.
It's not spooky.
But what you just said, they're going to
But-
plant something in my brain.
Yeah. And then whether you want to keep that new awareness is really up to you,
That's
up to
the key.
us,
That's
you
the
know.
And there, I can tell you this. Now, people that come to me, and my friend lives on the other neighbor islands over here. She came to me in a, as you said, almost a catatonic state for healing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a while back.
That's
yeah.
right. But then we got her up through this whole process to where she is now one of the perfect, I think, more beautiful channels on the earth plane right now. And she doesn't, I don't think she has this need to be a medium any longer, which means she's probably a medium, you know?
Oh, yeah. That's
That's
a
right.
good thought.
That's right. And I can tell you this, I don't want to make it about being a mediumship. I just, I wrote this article for the new site that we're coming up. When's it coming up? The end of this month?
Yeah.
Is it coming to the end of this month?
Oh, the new site?
Yeah.
For Honolulu Church of Light. Yes, we hope.
Yeah,
I pray.
we're gonna
I pray. It may not be fully ready to go, but we're going to bring it up there because on the 10th of next month, we're going to do something here at the church, at
Yeah.
a service. And I got to tell you this thing. Have you listened to my prayers lately? You're probably not, but I can tell you this. I've been working on my prayers a little bit because I don't want to say anything that I've said in the past because it's not about the church being the church of a religious guides and gods and so on and so forth. It's about healing. And the healing church is what Master Jesus, I think he came here for.
Mm-hmm.
And I tell you this thing, and understand this, I'm not saying I'm right or wrong. I never say I'm right or wrong. But I believe that Master Jesus came here to be a healer, and that's all he wanted to be. And all those things that are attributed to him, like all the things that he tipped over the money in the exchange, blah, blah, blah. But I can tell you this thing, he was a true healer.
Okay, that's true. And getting back to the trusting, how do you trust the sixth sense? I asked Master Carol.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, you cannot trust the sixth sense in the third dimension,
Mm-hmm.
on the third dimension. He said, you must go through the fourth dimension. And then and then the sixth sense will give you power beyond your expectation. And I thought that means, go through the fourth dimension to get to the sixth sense. That means you got to meditate.
Well, yes, you've
Yeah,
got it.
and you've been talking to people, spiritual seekers all over the world, giving them an exercise to make that they need to do, not have to do. Prana breathing.
You've got to do it.
Yeah, twice a day or 3 times a day, you know. And I understand that when one does meditation 3 times a day, Master Carol comes and helps.
Yeah.
That cool?
Yeah.
So
I can tell you this. 3 times a day for meditation, it sounds like a lot of energies. And most people that say, don't push it, I'm doing once a day or every 3 days or every 5 days. It's not perfect. If you're doing it once a week or once a month, that's perfect for you. I've got to have my 3 meditations a day because what I'm finding is everything's changing in my world again. Yeah. And I'm 70 years old this year. And I got to tell you this thing. I've always said I have no fear of dying. I have no fear of dying whatsoever. But watching television last night, one of those sports programs, this guy was he was going to die, but he hasn't died yet. He's still going stronger. And I can tell you, it might not be seeing so healing, but somebody has got something inside under his skin and made him want to do it. Yeah. And that's the key. 5 or 50.
5 or 50, and he says the only path is meditation where you can see and believe the process of the sixth sense or the extra sensory perception.
What I
Like,
say it is getting to the sixth dimension.
yeah, that's cool. But before you get there, you got to
That's right.
go through the portal of the fourth
Like a friend of mine
and the
said,
fifth to the sixth, right?
a friend of mine told me something a couple of days, just recently. She told me that she was talking to somebody, she was healing this guy, and she felt herself getting elevated into this blue lights and so on and so forth. But she felt this riving and turning and moving, and all of a sudden she was into where she seems to be Akasha readers. Now this person wouldn't normally have that access.
Yeah.
She got there, and will she ever get back or not? I don't know. But that was the cool part. She just got on this wave, and she went through the fourth, fifth, sixth dimension. Sixth dimension. I call it the sixth sense. You call it. I don't care what you call it. But she got to the sixth dimension because that's where the most of this energy exists right now. And I got to tell you this thing.
And I know now how you are, why you're such a master on long-distance healing, because you are you have to go through, you meditate at least 3 times a day. Sometimes I know you do sometimes more than 3 because of, when you write your articles and stuff like that, you got to go through, you got to do more than 3. Anyway, I want to tell people what Master Kirill says about you.
Oh,
Kahu uses his sixth sense to move Kirill into the third dimension. And the sixth sense is a pathway to mediumship. Now we know your secret.
so what does it mean to you?
I have to meditate more. I want to get there,
That's right.
I mean, I'm a spiritual seeker, and I'm going to get to the core of my essence.
What is a spiritual seeker? What do we name something this new journey? We put something together, and it's on the website. So what's a spiritual seeker? Do you remember what it was?
I think for me, a spiritual seeker is to understand my purpose here on earth, and that's that was how I got started.
Mm-hmm.
And I wanted to heal so many issues that was 20 years ago. But you don't heal it all at once.
No, you don't.
No, because it's things that we brought from the past and we bring it here to finally, be complete with our healing. And these great shifts, the energy of these great shifts, the photon energy that we have available to us, the golden particles that from the central sun is helping, and sometimes it's not easy to face those problems and those challenging in life. But when we prana breathe, we meditate, and it seems to sometimes disappear when it has to, when it's time, And then he said about you, getting back to you, he said, Kahu, the medium, has a cord that connects him to the 6 senses, and in tune to the people of the program that on the webinar program. Isn't that real? Is that real?
That's
Oh,
real. That's real.
And then he said, we have to understand that meditation is a pathway from the 3rd to the 6th and back again. That is why Kahu does not know the content of Kirill's conversation with the people.
That's right. Because I don't care.
Yeah.
I really don't care because it's a level different, not lower or higher, but it's just a level that I don't want to deal with. But then when they come back, they want us to explain what happened in the session, and I did this whole download. I got it right there.
Yeah, I understand. I used to think, wow, there's quite a trust you have in Master Guide Kirill.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not really about trust, right? It's about the process of aging your soul. You're going to be okay.
That's right.
right?
That's right.
Uh, wow.
Now, understand this. I'm stressing this one more time because I know that you don't, Gail maybe doesn't totally agree with what I'm going to say, but I'm talking about the sixth dimension
Mm-hmm.
as the sixth sense in one sense of
Right.
the word.
Right.
Because the sixth is the mastery level of all of the dimensions. But understand this thing. People that come to me and say, I'm going to the eighth dimension. I saw this, da, 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 da. I said, oh, really? What did you see? Oh, I saw this beautiful tree and da, da, da. I told everybody, I've been telling for some time now, I've got one foot in the fourth dimension all day long
Yeah.
now. Every day of my life, I've come here to this earth dimension. I'm talking to you on this program right now. Part of my whole journey is in the fourth dimension. And that happened to me by accident, literally by accident, because I was meditating.
By
And
accident?
Accident, that's right. Because, well, nobody knows this accident. I'm sorry, you're right. But I meditated and I found this greenness that when I was there, and most of you have been in long enough to hear what I'm going to say, but I for like months on end, I would go to this green thing, and I thought it's gonna be a new dimension of something because it was this green, and but then I noticed that after about 2 or 3 months, I could hear something beyond it, like speaking or something like that, and there was somebody was having lunch or something like that, and I'm standing there like this, and then Master Hero finally said, "Step back, Larry." I stepped back. Oh my God, that was the whole fourth dimension. And I was in the fourth dimension. I was out of there. I was like a rocket back here to my body. And I couldn't even breathe because the fourth dimension is that close to us right now. And I can tell you this, if you want to say you're in the fourth dimension, you can say it. But it's got to be a timely thing for you, because when you get to the fourth dimension, you'll recognize the real beauty of the third dimension.
Right.
And that's the key.
So
right
that's
now.
what meditation does. It's the portal to the other dimensions.
And now we talk about dimensions. We talk about portals to dimensions, 6 dimensions. So Master Kyo will come in here for those of you that come back. But I can tell you this, he's got some stuff going to rock your world a little bit. But I'm telling you what I want to share with you right now today is this 5 breath meditation. And the 5 breath meditation, my friends, I got to tell you that I feel almost embarrassed that I didn't come up with it quicker. But I had to get to the fourth dimension and get to the fifth and the sixth dimension, back and forth, blah, blah, blah. And then I'll send it, wait a minute.
I sense this question that, okay, so you went to the fourth dimension and during your meditation. So are there different levels of the fourth dimension, which one, go to, like the stages of aging the soul or something?
Oh, yeah.
Is there 7 levels?
Is there any levels here in the third dimension?
I'm sure.
You got to believe there is.
Right.
Because look where you are compared to where you've been.
Right.
And just this last year, 2 years. But understand this thing. There's levels in everything. So anyway, I got into this fourth dimension, and I was sitting around this pond of people, these big, tall people. Too much, but anyway. Then they were telling me this thing, about, and I heard it like years ago. I heard about this 5 breath meditation, and I said that I'm struggling with meditations as it is, and I don't think to put anything in there. And they said, well, when you're ready, we'll let you know. And they never did let me know. All of a sudden, I thought, I'm teaching it.
Yeah.
Now, how did I get this into my head to get to you? And that's your glory or my glory. But understand this thing. I didn't think I had to think it through. They just planted it in there. So when I get to the fourth dimension, all the stuff is available. So I'm going to tell you what's this thing called a 5 breath meditation. And I got to stop me, because I can tell you this. Sometimes I get really high on this thing. But the prana breathing is the most important part. You've got to call the golden particles.
Oh, wait. Oh. But this time too, what's different is we found out that there is golden particles from the central sun
That's right.
of the universe.
That's right.
Okay, when I heard that, I go, oh, okay, but you know what? I'll play along with it. And I did. And you know what? When I affirm before I go to the, I said I collect the golden photon particles from the central sun. And you know what? That is more, I can feel the power in those golden particles.
You want to know why?
Why?
I'm going to tell you why.
Okay.
You can't listen, okay? But what happens when you acknowledge that from the central sun, they get much tinier, more proficient, and more knowledgeable of what your journey is, and they come into you smoother and more silky.
Wow.
That's the truth. That's the truth. Now, I've been waiting to tell you this for a long time, but I want everybody to hear it because I don't like to think she didn't show off, but
No, I'm the guinea pig.
That's right.
Which I am so happy.
Can I go on my meditation?
Yeah, go ahead.
Because I want to share this with you, and most of you know it if you haven't known it. But I got to tell you one more time because I'll be telling you for days and weeks and months and years to come. Because I can tell you we found the magic elixir of healing. And it might be that simple, is that 5-breath meditation. What is a 5-breath meditation? First of all, you got to get the golden particles above your head, right? Above your head. If you're laying down, it's above your
Don't
head.
forget, from the central sun.
They're not ready for it. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, please. They're spiritual seekers. They're middle-aged souls. It's they know this, or they're awakening to this, right?
Sure, they are. You are. You are. But I got to talk to you a little bit. I'm not above you by any stretch of imagination. I want to talk to you a little bit about what's going to happen. So I just give you this whole thing. You take the first breath. And what you do when you take this first breath, you say, that's the first breath, right? Now, what are you going to do with it? First, you got to get it into your body. So when you take it, it's a golden energy above your head right there, and you take the first breath. And there it is. It's in your body. It's in your head.
First breath.
The first breath. Now, when it comes in,
and you see these golden particles that light up every part of your brain.
That's right.
Yeah.
Now, that's the first breath. It's only in the brain, right here. The second breath comes in, comes down through your forehead, goes into your eyes on the breath, in breath.
And it connects to the vagus nerve down your spine, and it spreads to every nerve in your body.
You don't have to be in a big rush to do this thing.
Oh.
That first breath. Enjoy it for a moment. Enjoy it going through your brain. See it going through the particles, going through your brain. And then the next breath. Take your time and feel it going through your vagus nerve. It looks like there's a web of energies going out through this vagus nerve and all your organs right now, your heart, your lungs, your thymus, all of them.
And it's fun to watch the golden particles just go down your system. It's really awesome.
And that's the second breath, right? The third breath is coming in.
And you fill up your heart chakra.
Heart chakra.
With all these golden particles.
And what's your heart chakra? It's your emotional body. Yeah. That brings your emotional body into this whole process. You got your mental, now you got the emotional. Physical is going to come right here because your next breath in, right here. Everything in there. Your stomach.
Your pancreas, your gallbladder.
All the stuff in there.
liver, your kidneys,
All the parts are going to make you
and your
available.
intestines.
Now, the last fifth breath is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And this is a tender one because what you've got to understand is there's not much down there until you think about what's really there. And what you got to be is your bladder and
Prostate
and
from there,
prostate
the
and
uterus.
your uterus.
Oh my
and
God.
the ovaries. Oh my God.
And
So-
especially if you're going through, for women that's going through menopause, it's really, really helpful with the symptoms of menopause.
So there's your 5 breath meditation. Now, there's no reason to say you only can do one time. You can do 5 or 4 or 3 or 2, whatever you feel comfortable with. I think that when you really get ready to, a friend of mine called me from another part of the country, and she said that she had a job, she was typing, and she has a job, heavy typing. She could do like 2 straight days of heavy typing, and she said she had her pain in the wrist, and I think I mentioned to her.
Oh, she might have carpal tunnel.
It could be. She might, but understand this. She called me today and she said, I did it last night for the first time, did extra breaths, and my it's healed. She's so excited. Now, I got to tell you this thing, and she might be listening, maybe she isn't, but she may get up tomorrow and it's all back. And you think, well, why is that? I can't tell you why. I just know it's going to happen. It doesn't have to. It doesn't have to stay. But if it comes back, breathe in there and do it again.
Yeah.
That's the key. 5 or 50. So whether you got cancer, carpal syndrome, zit on your face or whatever, doesn't have to be.
You have to do your 5 prana breathing. Go to the place in the body that's giving you problems.
As you've done
And
the
put-
5.
yeah.
You do the 5.
And put
And-
extra golden particles in there.
But you can't just say, okay, I'm gonna do not. I don't say the wrist, but I'm not talking to you. But if elbow, you got elbow problem, and you've done 5 breaths, and you say, okay, now I'm gonna do the elbow. That's cheating, because I can tell you this: if you really feel the energy come down to your body and bring it down to your arm, into the wrist or wherever you're going to go to, you'll feel it go in there. Like you said, in your brain. You got to feel it in your brain to make it make sense. I can tell you this. It wasn't so long ago that I thought maybe I had some things happen with Alzheimer's in my own body. I don't know anything about my parents. They didn't have, but I was really getting kind of nervous. So I started doing this prana breathing, and I just, that first breath in there, I went through there, and I'll tell you what I did at another time, but I can tell you this, it's so magical. You just can get your mind wrapped around doing 3 meditations a day and do it figuratively. You've got to do it. Your mind's got to be involved. You just can't. You're kidding yourself. It's not going to work.
Now here, dude. Yeah.
I can tell you that.
But it is a stress release. It's so many
It's
things.
so many things.
Yeah.
And I can tell you this: when you like this, Lena was talking about, her wrist is all better now, and I didn't say that I wanted it's going to get worse or something, because she may never have them again. But I can tell you this thing: she healed it once. It was just a photon energy. She didn't go see the doctor or anything. She's sitting at home. She's done another day of typing, and she says, I'm going to do it. I'm going to my 5 breath. She did the 5 breath meditation. Then she comes over here. She put her hand right on there. She came down to her. And she saw it go in. I know she had to seen it because it's healed.
Yeah.
She saw it go in and went down to this little journeys and into the bones or whatever, and in the where the problems are. And that's the key to the 5 breath meditation.
Now, those people that call on Master Kahu for healing, um, when you have a private healing, long distance healing with Kahu, he will send you a message, and he will always give you instructions on how to do the prana breathing.
That's right.
Because yes, he can, start you on your path to healing. He, takes the blocks out of the way. But if you don't, you know, try to prana breathe every day, meditate every day, the symptoms might come back, right? But this, during this great shift in consciousness, it's all about elevating our soul to new levels. And so the sixth sense is the new, not new, it's not new, it's for us to remember who we are and what the awareness that we forgot about.
I can guarantee you this much. I guarantee everybody looking at this program right now, if you do these 3 meditations a day, 1 in the morning, 1 at night, and 1 in the afternoon, if you do them consciously the way I've said to do it right now, you see the gold comes out of here, and where's it coming from? It's coming from the central sun. But that's another thing. You got to be a conscious creator to get to this journey in here. But anyway, that's another story. But I can tell you, you've got to be aware of everything. And what you got to be aware of is if you really want to heal your wrist, your knee, or whatever, I can tell you, you can be done. It can be done. So what I'm going to tell you right now, and we're out of time, but I tell you right now, this 5 breath meditation, not 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, but I can tell you this: we do 5 at night, and
Each time, each location.
Now, the afternoon session, I do maybe 3. I do 3 sections of each part of the 5. So, but that's what I do because I got to do things other than meditate, But understand this thing: if you want to do it, you're going to be calling in next week or next month or whatever, and you're going to say things like, "I swear to God, Kahu, it really worked."
Right.
And I love to hear it. I really love to hear it. But I love to hear it because I'm going to tell everybody else about it too. And this lady talked to me yesterday or today and told me about her wrist. I'm so proud of her, because she's a long-time listener and she doesn't have any qualms about telling me, I'm struggling with my 3 meditations a day, but I'm trying, Kyle. I'm trying. That's all I'd ask anybody to do. Try to do 3 a month or 3 a day. 3 a month.
I think do you think it's working more now because of our where we are in this shifting process, and there's more photon energy available to us? Is that why, from 20 years ago when we all started, with Master Kiro saying there's a great shift coming on, and the photon energy is enveloping the Earth dimension, so is getting stronger, right? Isn't that right? So it's really getting close, and we're using this photon. What do you call that? Supercharged photon.
But it's
To
always
heal.
been here. From the day the Earth came to be,
Okay.
photon energy's been here.
But we weren't open
We weren't
to
ready
it.
for
Oh,
it.
we weren't ready
Now,
for it.
I'm telling you right now, this 5 breath meditation is going to change your world. And you remember signature cell healing that brought this all about. I can tell you that because we just know. But what I'm telling you, Patty, is that photon energy has been around forever. When we were alive, Lemurian time was the photon energy, right? 300,000 years ago, before that, and so on and so forth. But right now, most people don't even know there's such thing as photon energy. And understand this, some of you even listening to this program right now thinking, he's a wacko. And that's right, you'll probably not come back. That's all right, I don't care. Of course I care, but I don't.
But
I do
please
care.
try to meditate
But
and get
I'm
to the sixth
serious.
sense.
Because if you get to this 5 breath meditation, then you'll find out. You do the 5, then you go to the wrist. You think, oh, my heart. And you start doing the whole heart thing, and you go over this and da 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 da. You're going to feel better. Guaranteed, you're going to feel better.
Yeah, there's always new levels of understanding. And Master Kyo, so what Master you and Master Kyo try to do is raise our level of awareness and consciousness to understand when you for example, just me. Last year, you did something about on the fourth dimension, the Arcturians, and I'm loving it. I'm loving my interaction with them. And then you brought in good karma, bad karma. And I used to think, well, I know all that. But then listening to you and Master Kirill has elevated my awareness on good karma, bad karma, and what he has to do with my journey here on earth. Another thing, the central sun. And another thing was, and now the sixth sense. So I can't wait for next week.
That's why I live in Honolulu, because I can come in here and do this at 2:00 in the afternoon, it'd be 8:00 for you guys on the East Coast, and beyond it goes beyond. But understand this thing: if you come in, everything we're going to do for you, you come in here and do the spiritual seekers, do the conscious creators, do the church services, whatever. Don't be afraid of church. It's not about church. It's church. Loving church.
It's really the church. Yeah, because I used to have a problem with church. But I understand now that it is a church is creating a community
Community,
of
not a
like-minded people.
That's right.
So we can heal together. And now we just don't do it for you. We do it for us collectively because I think the more of us, having the same consciousness, same awareness of, aging our soul, it'll make this place, planet Earth, so much better to
No.
live.
We're going to actually go into the conscious creators. We got to get it because it's supposed to be out here. But I can tell you this thing: we're going to go into the conscious creators and bring out 2 of the journeys and put it into the new website, just as a welcome to the journey.
Oh, you mean the recording?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but I'm talking about the full show. They're going to get the whole show.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, well, see,
we'll talk about that.
Wait. I get to say this
Oh, okay.
because I want to do this because I want a couple of one of them is aging the soul, and the other one is what's the other one we talked about? Good karma, bad karma. Oh my God, they're just fabulous shows. Fabulous shows.
Fabulous.
We're bringing 2 of them put into this new journey. So watch for first, and it's supposed to be at the end of this month. In fact, the guys come up here Saturday. We're supposed to look at everything Friday and put it to bed and be done. Oh, we're all
We have to do a lot of prana breathing.
all proud of it. That's a hell of a
So next week, Wednesday,
Next
March
weekend.
30th, please join us again this time with Master Guide Kirill when he will be giving us new insights and answering your questions on how to develop your sixth sense, to master being human and to master moving from the 3rd to the 4th to the 5th to the 6th. He'll be offering more information on how we can focus our life, knowing that every decision and every step we take on this earth advances our soul. We hope this program triggered many questions. We would like you to email your questions to members@Kirill.com before next week, and we'll answer them on the show. So Wednesday, Conscious Creators, Kauku and Master Kirill will answer your questions, right? Yes? Right?
Next week,
Okay.
Wednesday.
So, but next month is another interesting month, another interesting topic. First Wednesday, April 16th, is our free long distance healing. Wow, that is another wow for me. And apparently from feedbacks we're getting, it's a wow for other people that participates. And to those people who participates, please do your your daily meditation with the golden particles. And Wednesday, April 20th, the Spiritual Seekers program, free. And 27th, April 27th is with Master Carol with the Conscious Creators. What is the next month's program?
Tell them to me.
Oh, tomorrow? Oh, I know. Biology of, anyway, some,
It's Biology 101. It's not. But understand this. I tell you what it's about.
oh, biology of the cellular
That's
consciousness.
There you go.
Wow.
Now, what we're going to tell you about, just really briefly, because you got to, someday you're all going to have to join the Conscious Creators, because I'm going to come talk about it, and I did it here today. But when he comes in, he really opens it up to it. But understand this thing. The biology of conscious creating is where you go into the body process. You go into the cell. You go into the crux, the major part of the cell where the DNA is, and you get the mitochondria over there. But actually, we're going to go into this,
Oh,
be here.
my cells can't wait.
Be here.
It's like,
That's going to be
I can feel them pop, pop, pop.
it's a mind blow, I'm sure.
I know. So join us next week with Kahu and Master Guide Kiriel. And we've had a wonderful time with you. Don't forget your homework. Prana breathe 3 times a day. And focus your life on what you really want to do here on earth.
And let me say this, the people that I've exposed a little bit, I hope you can understand it. I didn't identify you, but I had to do it because people got to believe in what we're talking. And I can't be telling everything, because somebody's got to tell me what they get from it. If they get it, then we know on the right path. I knew this was going in.
Right.
I knew this was going in.
And so, yes, tune in and know more about your sixth sensory perception beyond what you already know today.
That's easy
So,
for you to say. God bless you.
God bless you.
Aloha.
We love you. Thank you.